What are your thoughts on bringing Daisy Ridley back in a Rey starred
literally
Star Wars movie?
The night before it was announced on Open Bar, I was with Drinker and I said possibly the worst thing they could do at this point is to make a Rey movie next.
They announced the Rey movie.
Yeah, I was like, I think that might be the worst thing they could do, because it's not impossible for that to be good. It's not. It's just that they ain't gonna make a good movie. And why would you start with Rey? Like, they need to fuck off now. They need to get away from anything we know, move somewhere else, thousands of years away. And I know that there's more than just the Rey movie that's been announced, but that one's coming first, from what I understand. And it's fucking Rey. No one likes Rey.
It's interesting that you say that. Like, nobody could make that good. I follow Terry Matalas, who wrote season 3 of Picard, on Twitter. And when that announcement came out, he did a quote tweet or something from Lucasfilm, and he said, I understand people, I don't know, I'm paraphrasing what he said. He's like, basically, I understand people don't like this character and everything, but honestly, if as a writer, as a creator, if I was going to jump into Star Wars, that's the character that I would go for. And I thought that was like a wild thing to say from the guy who was able to, quote unquote, salvage the Picard show. I'm like, I wonder if you could just get a really freaking good writer who loves Star Wars to be fair, salvage that character.
I said it's not impossible for it to be good.
Okay.
I'm kind of I don't even know what the word would be. The opposite of a doomer on writing, where you can basically repair anything, no matter what. Not to perfection in any way, shape, or form, but Picard season 3, and I'd say that's going to be one of the best examples, along with, if anyone has seen it, Angel season 5. Angel season 4 is notoriously
Jude's
bad.
an Angel fan.
I'm right with you.
Yeah.
Angel season 5, they do some incredible writing tricks to repair the damage that they did. They even have a couple meta lines apologizing to the fans. They give a lot of characters ending. I fucking love the season. All right, we could talk about it sometime if you want.
There you go.
I'm in.
Point being, of course, I've taken friends through Angel and Buffy, and when they get to Angel season 4 and they see some of the things that happen,
It's not my connection with you.
They'll be like, I'm done, I'm out. After what they did to Cordelia, to be specific, they'll be like, it's like just hang in there, okay? There's still good stuff left. There's still a lot of good stuff to come. And this effort to take something that's broken and try and fix it. I'm not even talking about memes like Luke wakes up and it was all a dream. I'm talking about, like, how can we take what they fucked and try and add to it and try and build on it gradually? And I think people saw that with Picard season 3, and that if Terry was given, let's say, another 3 seasons with that whole crew, he'd likely be able to take Star Trek back into somewhere that people are excited to see it,
Mauler, I just want to say, I have always been a Star Wars, they say purist, but I don't know. I guess I say segregist.
There's 3 movies, right?
Well, because to me, there's 3 movies, and I don't need anything else. And you are the first person who has connected the Buffy universe to Star Wars. That has made me go, maybe
it's funny.
There are things I haven't given a chance to.
What's funny is I've been a big fan of Mauler's for a long time, but I literally just saw Jude become Mauler's biggest fan. Yes, talking about Buffy.
I don't know that I'm like your fan, but I kind of want to like come over and bring popcorn and just like chat through the night.
Well,
she's like anyone who talks about Buffy and Angel is okay with
like
me.
Literally yesterday, Kadish came home and he was like, "Hey," he was on the phone while he was driving home, and he was like, "Hey, what are you doing?" And I was like, "Watching Buffy."
I was just gonna say, like, because maybe Matthew knows, but that's not just my favorite TV show, Buffy and Angel. It's my favorite piece of media.
Oh wow!
That's awesome.
It's the number one. And the first thing people say is like,
"No
"Wait,
one gets me like you do."
Listen, you have no idea, Mauler. She's going to break off her engagement.
Yeah. I was literally watching her fall in love.
And she's going to be
I'm
moving
just trying
over.
so hard to get the ring off.
My fans know this, and they've known it for many years. But the only reason I haven't really broken it down is because I have a bit of trepidation about it, because it's the most important piece of media to me, and so I don't want to do it wrong.
Oh my god! Are you me in a separate timeline, but you're a dude?
What is happening right now?
I don't know.
It's funny because
what's going on.
The show is far from perfect. It's just I'd love to talk. Like, there are some episodes that nobody's going to deny are incredible.
Katie's just like going,
no.
Katie's just going, this guy's my best friend. Dude, this guy's my arch nemesis. In one fucking
Katie's just like, oh my god, Mauler,
I have
am I
to kill
engaged
you
to
now.
Wait, if I can
That's
ask,
amazing.
Jude, who's your favorite character from Buffy and Angel put together?
Anya.
That's a very fair choice. Mine's Wesley.
Also a very fair choice.
Fair choice.
He has a great arc.
All right, guys. The rest of the stream is just going to be about
Buffy and Angel.
that show that I've never watched before. So,
Mauler, my number is 702.
You know what's funny is like we actually did like a breakdown of some Buffy episodes in our Patreon, where Jude picked the episodes.
And I have been lobbying to get back in there.
Which ones did you pick?
Which one's
the
first season?
We did episode 1. We did
very basic stuff.
The musical episode, the devil one.
The musical one, and we did the body.
Oh, Jesus Christ. You showed them that out of context?
And we did Hush.
Yeah, it was a little out of context. It was a little strange.
So Alex had never watched before. And I was like, I want to show you like the first episode to get to know who the characters are.
Right.
And I want to show you 3 other episodes that are like stand out. This is not the show that you think it is. Episodes.
You're right. Absolutely. Like when she was like, "Hey, we're gonna do Buffy," I was like, "Ugh."
Yeah.
Like some cheerleading bullcrap CW show, whatever. Okay, Jude, fine. We'll do it. And then like she's like, "This is the episode that this happens," and I'm like, you know what? This show's actually pretty freaking good.
It's a pretty good show.
I will say, man, like watching the body in context without knowing it's coming that's one of the hardest hitting episodes of that's one of the hardest hitting pieces of media in history.
With her mom, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't have that much context for it.
We both cried. We had to edit it out.
Yeah. I like that. I had no context really for what that episode meant, but it still hit pretty hard for me.
It's just a fucking piece of artwork, that one. And it's interesting you chose Anya as your favorite character because she probably has the best moment in that episode.
She
for me.
has so much of a character arc. And like I revisit at least one, usually more, at least one season of Buffy every single year. It's my favorite series of all time.
And in that body episode, you talk about that moment that Anya has, like you go deep into it.
Yeah. Anya, I'm gonna cry right now. I can't not. Anya is my favorite character because she comes from a place of she starts as a human, but you don't see it until like the final season of the show. But she starts from a human and then she's a demon for 1,000 years and she's totally forgotten who she was as a human. And then she becomes a human again against her will. And then her journey. Oh God.
And she's a big fan of capitalism, which is fun.
Thank you. But
listen, if we're gonna cry, you guys need to get these super chats over with, because the super chats are gonna make you cry too.
We got another.
All right, I got to read the super chat.
Oh, you want to read it?
Yeah,
Okay, go for
it.
it. Yep.
So this is from Mr. Tickle Trunk for 550 Canadian. If Mauler brings up the musical episode of Buffy, Jude's going to climax live on air.
Maybe I can make it bittersweet for her and say I would never show that to someone out of context.
First of all, I already came today at this table.
Leave it to Jude. Leave it to Jude.
The moment where she says she was in heaven, that just slams down and destroys all the characters. That episode is brilliant as well.
Okay.
We did watch that show. And
in rebuttal to your opinion, Mr. Mauler, I would say that in Selfless, when Anya is about to die, spoiler, and she's flashbacking into the musical episode when she's talking about how excited she is to marry Xander.
Yeah.
That's my favorite part of that musical episode.
Are you?
That's a really good opinion, honestly. It's kind of cool. Kind of
You're welcome.
I'm so glad that Jude and Mauler are bonding over
That's
Buffy.
pretty wild, isn't it?
Pretty
Listen,
good.
if you want to call me anytime, I will. I'll put my phone is always on silent. I'll put it.
Well, it's
silent.
proof that you're
If you want to
quite a
talk about
Buffy
Buffy.
fan because you just picked a scene that's not even in the episode, and I know how that works. It's that moment is amazing because it's the peak of her life as a human. She's finally found identity. She's with the man of her dream. She's about to.
She just came.
It's on the eve of everything. It's on the eve of everything working and being right.
Saw me.
And it's
And
not
they saw
just
me come.
how that contrasts with her current state of being. It's that's what she's thinking about after Buffy stabbed her.
I have literally had this argument with Alex before, and he's like, "What? She was a human before. She doesn't get it." And I'm like, "She's been a demon for 1,000 years. You don't get it. She's lost her humanity." and then it comes back, and then everything that she experiences. Jesus fucking Christ.
Hell's Bells is a goofy episode in terms of some of the things that happen in it, but when they have that shot of them finally maybe gonna make it work, and Xander sees his parents,
that last shot with her and D'Hoffren, that's the shot that I'm like,
this is amazing. Keep going, but
I've never seen her this engaged.
Dude, I do a podcast with this woman every single week, and she's like half here most of the time. And like
mostly here. I am 100% here for this guy.
I've never seen her just like looking at the yes.
I'm looking up fucking tickets. Where are you?
Coming soon, the Jude and Mauler show about Buffy.
All the way there.
It's gonna be a new YouTube channel. The redhead and the coal mining monster.
Fine, whatever you want to call it. I just want to talk to this man.
Hey man, everyone should see Buffy, okay?
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
All right. Cool.
Everyone should see Anya for who she is.
Just for the record, the chat wants a 16-hour EFAP with Mauler and Jude.
Okay.
Talking about Buffy.
In.
I'll
16 hours is too short of a
I don't know
time
if you-
for you to be talking about
what
Buffy.
season would you like to start, sir?
Excuse me, we can start with one. Let's
There we go.
Can we start with the movie?
Can we make it happen?
This
We
is
could
gonna
if
be
you
a
wanted to,
thing.
but I was going to mention
Oh my
that
God.
Gary and I have promised a Buffy podcast since I met him, because he's a big Buffy fan as well. We haven't gotten
There you
around
go,
to it
Jude.
still.
There you go. That's your new job.
Can
That's
we start with the movie?
I don't mean-
and then move
I don't
into
mean an actual
I
Buffy
don't know why
podcast. I
I'm
mean a
like
podcast
raising
talking
my
about
skirt
Buffy.
right now.
She's getting turned on by this talk. Like legit.
Oh my
I'm
God.
trying to take off my clothes, but I don't know why.
The panties are moist right now.
two of the most successful YouTubers that we know of in our entire sphere. And Jude's like, I'm about to start a podcast with you guys.
I don't care.
She's going to leave the Salty Nerd podcast and just never come back.
Screw you guys,
Screw
you losers.
10K subs, bitches.
I feel like I've been just like going through life, accepting whatever happens to me, just like Anya. And just, you came into my life and it was like, oh my God, this is what I'm about. And I finally found it. And I found you.
Oh my God.
That's hilarious.
I just
This is what Buffy does to people, guys. You should watch it.
Yeah. Can we start with the movie though?
If you want it.
Yeah.
There you go.
If you want to.
Okay.
Wait, there you go.
I feel like he's just like giving that to me because he likes me.
Jude has a
He's
new
like,
best
yeah,
friend.
if you want to. It's like, do you want popcorn? Yeah, if you want. Yeah, I want popcorn.
Mauler, at the risk of losing my fiance further to your masculine wiles, your takedown of Game of Thrones season 8 was chef's kiss. And like I can remember when Alex came over, we watched like the super dark Winterfell episode. Could barely see anything on the screen.
Yeah, we did have a watch party for that.
Yeah. And,
Well, I was out of town. You guys watched it together.
And so like I can remember like when season 8 was going on, and we were just like, what the hell is going on?
Yeah.
And like you very saliently pointed out that like you could go down the street and talk to any normie, like the dentist, and be like, what do you think of Game of Thrones season 8? And they'd just be like, oh, it was so bad. It was like no one has ever like collectively agreed that something was so terrible before. And you verbalized that so perfectly in your Unbridled Rage video about it. But Jude is a huge Game of Thrones fan. And
I compare most things to it.
Yeah, I guarantee if you watch his Unbridled Rage video about it, like you'd pack up, leave me, go right to
UK.
I have had a friend who I nearly married prior to Kadish.
This is a
But-
weird.
Okay.
We're still friends. We've had a long relationship. We're still friends, and like we've known each other. This is weird. We've known each other for forever, and like we talk about like pop culture and stuff like this. And like this was the first time since our actual breakup that I was like, I need to break up with him as a friend.
Wait, did
because
he
was
like it?
like, yeah, he was like,
no.
oh, I thought it was great. What did you want? More carnage? And I was like, I almost blocked him, and I was like, I think
We're done. I
maybe-
think we're done
I
here.
think
Yeah.
maybe you're just not as smart as me. I had to throw my phone away
That's crazy.
and like wait for a year and be like, hey, how are things with
How you
you
been?
in your life?
How you been?
Yeah. This was this was the thing that like made people be like, oh, if you liked this like.
It's the Last Jedi for Star Wars fans, for Game of Thrones people.
Yeah, and also like politics, like, oh, you're a Republican or a Democrat, or like, you know what I said. Like this was like a divider. And it was like, oh, you liked season 8? You liked how it ended? Blocked.
I don't know anybody who liked that season. I'm curious. Have you watched the new show? The House of the
Dragon's great. Full recommendation.
It's really good. It's really good. It's doing a good job.
We watched it. We watched it all together.
And we had a Game of Thrones expert on with us who had a very wonderful sweater.
Shout out to
and
Mr.
a good sweater. He had a good sweater.
Have you ever watched a TV show called C with Jason Momoa?
No.
Bro.
Can you?
Bro.
Oh, Mauler would have a field day with that show.
Oh my God. If you have, I mean, obviously you're probably very, very busy making these epic videos and stuff like that. But if you ever have if you ever have a spare minute, just open Apple TV and watch the first season of C.
Oh my God, the first season is the best.
We know those guys.
It doesn't make any sense.
It's so dumb.
Season 2 is actually good.
Kinda.
But keep going.
Listen, man, they pray by masturbating.
Yes.
Okay. I mean, that's all I can say.
Mm-hmm.
It's the best thing ever.
The main villain of the movie or the TV show, her god is her coming.
Her clitoris.
Whoa.
It's like Jude talking about Buffy.
Yeah. Shout out to
break down coming.
Okay, Jude. Shout out to Mr.
How do you
Trickletron.
get close to God? You have to come there.
$10 super chat from Sinks, right? Shinks? Shinks? Is that
€10 super chat.
Is that like when you pull a sword out and go shinks? Is that I'm gonna say that.
Okay, that works.
Sure. Well done on 10K. Thank you. At Mauler and Jude, what's the best spoiler-free episode to hook people on Buffy?
I'm addressing that in the chat right now.
Well, say it out loud. Address it right now.
I would say Hush, Body.
So the 4 episodes we did for Patreon?
No.
Okay.
Maybe.
I don't think Body is the right one to start someone off with.
I want to fuck them up.
Mauler, how about you, man?
With that? You're not going to fuck them up enough. When they get in there from watching everything else, that's when you really fuck them up, to the point where one of the people I showed that episode said that I should have warned them a bit better before seeing it. And I actually thought about it going forward. Like, I probably should, because it's incredibly raw. If you watch it out of context, it's still pretty strong, but the roles everyone plays, I almost don't want to. I'm fucking in spoiler mode now.
I just can't wait to hear what you will have to say.
What is happening right now? Is Jude becoming best friends with Mauler?
And that's amazing.
Listen, it's a Buffy.
I feel like my inside is just being ripped out.
Oh my
and connecting energy-wise.
She's found
across the pond.
She's found a kindred spirit in the Buffyverse.
Yeah.
And I think it's
I can
really
roll it
awesome.
back if it's too much for you.
I can't answer the question well, because there is no episode I think works to show out of context. You just have to trust me. That's how I usually treat it with people. I'm like, just trust me, watch it. Because once more with feeling, all of that is a payoff of like all the seasons at that point and super huge events. A lot of what they're saying doesn't mean shit if you don't know what everybody's been going through, but it's really fun and it's a really cool, like, look at what this show is. I bet you didn't think it was this. Part of the problem is, well, there is no other episode like that. That is the only one that is pretty much like that. Hush, I think one of the biggest revelations in that episode is Buffy and Riley realizing what each of them do, which is a huge twist and a big payoff and something that won't make any sense out of context. However, Hush is really cool because there's no dialogue.
It's think all the bigger payoff is like the intro to the next episode where they're sitting there silently being like, so
once they get their voices back,
who are you?
So then of course there's just other suggestions and stuff. It's like, so maybe it's got to be season 1, but yeah, with people who are like, if anyone ever said to me, who I was intending to show the show, like, give me one episode so I can get a taste of what I mean, I'd just be like, no, we're starting from the beginning. We're gonna go the whole way. And I've told people before, you may not like season 1, you may not like season 2. I'd be surprised if you didn't like season 3, but this show will get you at some point. It's going to get you.
Yeah, the whole like angel turning evil thing, like that's what hooked me into the show.
So the Angel Buffy relationship is just like, it doesn't even matter to me. in the scheme of a relationship. I'm not even
Don't
looking
talk
at
to
you,
me.
Alex.
Talk to him. He's
No,
right there.
You're just in my eye line.
I think Kadish needs to go take that ring back. That's what I think.
Take it. I just want to talk to people about Buffy.
It's like, sorry, bro.
If I were to have my top 3 episodes, if you've never seen Buffy before, and you were like, why should I watch Buffy? What's good about it? And making you a bitch in the way that I ask that question. What's good about it? I would say watch it from the beginning. The first season is not solid. It's I don't know. It's in retrospect, it's solid for in the time period it was, but like on the whole, it's not the greatest season. But definitely watch it from the first season. But like if I were to try to get you into Buffy with 3 episodes, I would say Hush is a phenomenal episode that will keep you from knowing exactly. It's going to keep you from spoiling anything, and you can start from season 1 without being spoiled. Also, The Body, it spoils some things.
No, there's some things.
Yeah, it spoils a lot of things. But hopefully you're invested at that point, and you're like, yeah, I want to see what's going on. And my number 3 is like, this was fucking pivotal with this show. And this was the episode that was like, we're ending this series. Oh shit, we're being renewed. The Gift.
The Gift.
That episode was, you're doing what? And you're coming back for 2 more seasons? Wow. That episode. Jesus.
That's crazy.
All right, we're going to move away from Buffy because we need to run.
One more thing.
Do some, okay,
I'm actually curious for what Jude thinks about it too. There is an episode where I believe the show first shows you what you're in for at its best. Okay. And to give you, what would you say is the first episode that makes people go, oh shit, this show isn't cringe? Completely.
What was the one that you showed me? Because going in, I was like, oh, this show's cringe. But then you showed me an episode, and I was like, oh, wait.
Well, I think I flashed forward through season 1, and I don't remember the next episode because I only had 4 episodes to show Alex like what is all of Buffy.
Yeah, the second episode after the premiere that we showed Alex was Hush.
Oh, okay.
Okay. I think
so
that
went from 1 to like 4 or 5.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's like 60 episodes forward.
Yeah. Yeah.
Buffy deserves an entire series run.
It really does.
Episode by episode breakdown.
I would love to go through it with you, and I think about this all the time. Actually, Alex, I would love to go through it with you by like characters and be like, here's a 4-episode character arc of this person.
I'm not opposed to liking Buffy. I just never thought in a million years that I would.
Yeah.
Like I was like,
Season 1's pretty bad, I think, and that's controversial with Buffy fans. It might be controversial with Jude. I don't even know, but I would say that season 1's kind of bad. To give you an example,
I think on retrospect, like rewatching it, I'm like, oh, it's not as cringy as like it is in my memory. Like,
it's interesting, right? Because I've said it's bad, but I've also said you have to watch it. Why? Because it's the characters. The characters are pretty solid.
Yeah. It's kind of like a prerequisite when you're taking a class.
Mm-hmm.
It's
we got.
I'm sorry, I'll get there. I swear to God, I'll get there. Listen, I'm called the Logbat. Okay, so the season 1, I think it's cringe. Like all the plot lines are real cringe. There's a demon who gets sucked into the internet and becomes a robot man who tries to date Willow. It's like there's a lot of problems. But
robot.
I know. But the finale, there's a scene where Buffy realizes that she's going to have to die, and she is basically like, what the fuck, I'm a teenager, why is this happening to me? And Giles has to basically just sit there and watch her tumble because he can't do anything about it to help her. It's a fucking great scene, and it's like, it's interesting. However, that's a lot of people's choice. They'd say Prophecy Girl is the first like really good episode, kind of. I was like, no, I still think Prophecy Girl's kind of cringe overall. The first episode that I think changes everything is actually season 2, episode 17. Do you know what one that is?
Season what?
Season 2, episode 17.
Season 2, episode 17. Oh. Choices?
Your nerd
no, that's season 3.
Here.
Oh.
You fool.
Okay. Wait.
Just tell her. It's okay.
No, I'll get there. I'm just gonna make them wait. Season 2, episode 17. I might not know the name of it, but
you'll know the episode.
Is it when an angel kills Miss Jenny?
That's the one.
Oh my God.
Redeemed. You redeemed yourself.
I don't know what
whole
it's called,
episode
though.
is pretty damn well made, and it's quite dramatic, and it's indicative of what's going to happen in Buffy as a show that when you get to the really good shit, which is deaths of characters are not necessarily the sad thing. It's how they incorporate everyone's dealing with that character death.
Yeah. Yeah. Wait,
Whatever-
what's it called though?
Passion.
Okay, passion.
God
So
damn it.
real quick before we move on, because I know Mauler get a kick out of this. So Mauler, we actually went down to the Millennium Fandom Bar one time to meet with the guy who plays Xander.
Oh my God.
And
I remember the story.
And
Me too.
They did a
Nicholas
Buffy
Brandon.
trivia, right? What's the actor's name? Brendan?
Nicholas Brandon.
Nicholas Brendan. So Nicholas Brendan was there, and Buffy trivia started. And
He was late, first of all. And they said the more drinks you buy, every drink you buy, you get a raffle ticket for like a prize. So
so basically, Jude knew someone who knew Nicholas Brendan, and he came over to join our Buffy trivia team.
But by that point, I was very drunk.
and so Jude, who was insistent on winning Buffy trivia just for like her own pride, she looked at him and she started asking him questions that he couldn't answer.
Great. We need someone who knows more shit about the comic series. Like, what do you know about the graphic novels? And he like looked at me and he was like, I don't really. And before he could finish his sentence, I went, fuck off, then.
Yeah. She's like, you don't know enough about Buffy to be on our team.
I literally said, fuck off. You don't know enough about Buffy. And he was like, he went like,
but I was in the show.
If you're watching this video, he went like, and I went, no, I know. Fuck off.
That's hilarious.
This is such a great community.
I just want to say thank you to all the people in the chat who want to hear more Buffy.
Yeah.
I'll be here.
Listen, if this spawns,
I am so
I
happy
hate
you
doing live streams, but I am here for this.
Listen, I am so happy you and Mauler bonded over Buffy. It is
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Katie,
I'll do a 24/7 stream
Katie's
about Buffy
Katie's just
if
worried.
anyone wants
He's
to.
No.
worried right now about you're going to leave him.
What's happening right now is the gears are turning in his head over about how can I produce a Buffy?
He would probably
like Mauler, Gary, and Jude.
Oh
Can you
my
imagine
God.
that trio?
Oh my God.
Yeah.
$1 million subs. There you go.
I would love to educate them.
Yeah.
Educate them?
I think Mauler knows.
Is that a
his
joke?
Buffy.
Is that an inside joke?
I said educate, but yes, educate.
Sure
if
you
they're
did.
using the wrong adjectives.
Sure you did. Jude.
Whatever.
All right.
You
Are we
can't really
ready?
educate me. I got the best Buffy opinions. You know, they're just,
Oh, I
just
can't
so
wait.
good.
I can't wait. I just came again.
Oh, Jesus.
I'd like to shout out Warrior. We're doing a series review of our favorite TV show, Warrior, on HBO Max. We're looking forward to season 3 coming out in June. We're doing coverage of that. Plus,
It's our favorite right now.
it's our favorite right now.
C
Plus,
is obviously.
that's the beating heart.
Yeah.
See, Mauler, seriously, just go watch season 1 and then
Yes,
get back.
please.
Just get back to us.
Just get to the prayer scene.
And then, like, I will erect a tent and we will just sit and talk about C and Buffy for like 10 years.
If you can get past the scene when Queen Kane prays, and
You'll be
There's
hooked.
3
You'll be
seasons,
hooked.
buddy.
You'll be hooked. Let's go over to Jude for their final thoughts. If you have anything you want to say, Jude, take it away.
Hello. Thank you so much to everyone in the chat being like, I love Buffy too, because I'm looking at myself while we're recording this and I keep touching my boobs. I don't know why.
Oh my
It's-
God, Jude.
Hey, if I had boobs, I'd touch them too.
I feel
Wait,
like
you don't?
I just keep looking at myself being like, stop touching your boobs. I don't know why I do that. I'm trying.
I don't know what's happening right now.
It's
I
the
don't know,
effect
it doesn't
Buffy
matter.
has on you.
I don't know. I'm gonna try and do other things.
I mean-
but thank you so much for being in the chat and being like, hey, I love Buffy too, because this is like my most passionate Stop doing that. My most passionate series that I watch, and I like rewatch it every single year, and maybe not the whole thing, but like I at least rewatch one season every single year, if not more than that. And it's my most favorite series of all time. I love the series. I love the spinoff. And anyone who wants to talk to me about it, we're going to create a Discord chat specifically for Buffy, and I will be in there. And
look at her.
I am not. Wow. I am not in there. I am not in Discord every day, but we're gonna do that.
Okay,
we're gonna create it.
I can make that happen for you.
And I will be in there. And I would love to talk to people just about Buffy.
Should we talk about Buffy after we're done with Warrior?
Can we? Can we just?
Hey, if we can get Gary and Mauler to commit,
dude, I'm telling, I will help produce a show if it's Jude, Mauler, and Gary just going off on. But I'll help out with that.
Are you still down if I just want you to come over tonight and just like start watching it with me? Can you just come over and watch it?
We have a $10 super chat from the Mooner. Says all hail salty Mauler.
Yes.
Thank you for the $10, sir. Really appreciate it. Hope you enjoyed the show. Kadish, final thoughts and say goodbye.
Yeah, so Mauler, I want to thank you for coming on our live stream and making my fiance come multiple times.
That was really nice.
It's been something I've been unable to do for quite some time.
Who says that?
Yeah.
I'm very inadequate.
Yeah, long man forever. Thank you so much.
Hey guys, if you like this podcast, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel and comment below on your favorite video as well. That goes a long way with helping us boost our channel and get out there in front of more people. And it lets YouTube know that we're doing something right. And if you want to catch us live, we go live 2 times a week, once on Saturdays at 10 a.m. Pacific time and on Tuesdays at 1:30 p.m. Pacific time. So join us there in the chat. We will see you on the live stream. Stay salty.